Hey everyone, it's Jack. Today I'm going to be repotting this Kalanchoe donkey ears. Look at it, isn't it awesome looking? It's time to get it out of its old nursery pot, so let's get to it. This is my Kalanchoe donkey ears. Look at this thing. I love this plant. The coloring, all the little babies here on the ends. Little teeny ones, bigger ones with some red roots coming out. Look at that right there. That is so cool. I had taken one of these babies and I have it on my grow rack trying to get it to root right now, and I'm still waiting. It's been a while and those roots are still there, but it hasn't really started digging into the soil, but I think that it will. Look at the spotting on these leaves. It's so pretty. It's got some new growth coming out here and right here. It's doing really well. It's time to repot though, to get it out of this old soil and this pot that came from the nursery. So I have everything I need for that. I've got a new pot, a saucer for the bottom. I've got potting soil right here. I have some perlite in this bucket right here. And to mix it in, I'm going to mix it up into this little bucket right here. And then at the very end, like always, I'm going to put in some pea gravel. And I'm just going to put in a handful of soil and then a handful of the perlite. You see that right there? Put that in here. Give it a little bit of a mix. That looks pretty good. I'll put in a little bit more perlite. Stir that around, mix it up real good. Now I think with the amount of root that's on this Kalanchoe, I think that'll be enough. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start something new, at least new to me. Instead of putting little pieces of broken pottery on the bottom, I'm just going to put in a little bit of the pea gravel on the bottom of this pot just to cover that drain hole. And that way the water can drain through. I don't know how I feel about putting the broken pottery over that hole. I think this might work out pretty well. So it's not a whole lot. It's, maybe a quarter an inch on the bottom. And so I'm gonna try that and see how that works. Now I'm just going to give this pot a squeeze around the root area. And it's pretty firm, and so I'm thinking it's going to come right out, so I don't have to worry about damaging the leaves or the roots or anything. I have a feeling it's just going to pop right out. So I'll get my pot here. I'm going to add in a little bit of soil. Probably about that much, because this is a pretty big root ball. Yep, that's what I thought. So while it's out, I'm going to kind of give these roots an exam, make sure they're healthy, make sure there's no bugs. And they look healthy. There's some nice new growth here and on the bottom right here, and right here. These two spots look pretty new, pretty healthy. I don't see any signs of bugs. They are a little bit tender. I don't like smashing them up to break that soil loose. That gives me some anxiety, and I'm sure that gives the plant a lot of anxiety. I think some can take it, but I don't think that's the case in this. I'm just going to set it in the pot and kind of see where that level is. And I think it's a little bit too much soil, so I'll take some out, set it back in, and see where that lines up. And that looks pretty good right there. So you want to take some soil and put it around opening here around the gap that you've created between the root ball and the pot. So I'm just going to take a little handful, dump it on top, push it down into that gap, and kind of tamp down a little bit just to get out any air pockets that might go in there. Sorry about the helicopter noise. Perfect timing, wouldn't you know? And just go all around, pouring some on and tamping it down, keeping the plant level as you go. And this pot is not that much bigger than the one that it was in, but I think adding this new fresh soil and adding the extra perlite to give it the good drainage will do it some good. So I'm just about done. I've got it all down into that gap that was there, and I'm just tamping it down. You don't want to push down too hard because you'll damage the roots, but you just want to give it enough pressure just to firm everything up. And I think it already looks so much better with that nice fresh soil. What do you think, donkey ears? I think it likes it. So there you go, there's the repotting of the Kalanchoe donkey ears in its new pot with some fresh soil. I'm going to wait, like always, about a week before I water, just to give it time to recover from the shock of being transplanted and poked around and put in a new pot. And I'll just leave it where it was, come back in a week and give it some water. So there it is, all repotted. Now I'm just going to put on the pea gravel that I have right here. I've rinsed it. I'm just going to put a little on just to kind of cover that soil. Try and get under all these pretty leaves. Just go all the way around. Gosh, it looks so much better. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to see new videos, to update on this Kalanchoe and other succulents and cactus that I have growing. So until the next time, thanks for watching.